Hi, good morning. I don't have any slides. So a few hours ago, the Cooperative Bank's Chief Exec, Barry Tootle, resigned with immediate effect. He resigned because Moody's issued a severe downgrading, and they did that because the bank didn't make a profit last year, because they had a big increase in write-offs around the Britannia and the commercial properties areas, and they increased their loans at risk from 8.1 to 10.9%. So our smallest big bank has actually almost broken itself now on the back of trying to get bigger. I think all that does is reinforce every message that's been heard today about small banks that can actually be saved or managed in a way that doesn't cause this kind of noise. And we've been, 3 years now, looking at how do we support new banks. There were, and I was going to talk about them today, until a few weeks ago, a significant number of barriers to entry for any new bank. The first one was the regulator, but on the 26th of March, the PRA and the FCA announced a complete change to the regulatory regime. They did not announce a lightening of regulation. They did not do away with any regulation. We spent a year working with them, and they've restructured and redesigned how banks, new startups particularly, can get through that process the best possible way they can. So it's been a very pragmatic, very practical and much welcome change. It does mean now, if you have deep enough pockets to launch a new bank, you could start and be live in 9 months, which is phenomenal compared to the previous 2 banks, which took 2 to 2.5 years. The next big piece is Treasury, also announced on the same day, a consultation into our payment sector. Long, long overdue. Payment sector is owned by the big banks, and therefore it was used as a magnificent and huge barrier to entry. And in that consultation, Treasury are very aware, and we'll certainly be writing papers to help them understand what needs to change so that there's a level playing field for our new banks. And then finally, the Department of Business, Innovation and Skills announced a matching investment programme of 300 million. We've spoken to them, and some of that money will be available in matched funding for new banking entrants to help them with their capital. So 3 magnificent, wonderful, uplifting stories, as a consequence of which we rushed out to all the people that have ever spoken to us about launching new banks. And I can tell you from today, we are starting to work with 4 brand new startup banks, all of whom want to lend to business, all of whom want to operate regionally or be a specialist bank, none of whom have any desire to become great big monolithic banks, all of them led by a belief that banking should belong back to the people and that our savings are the things that should help our own local regions grow. So we are absolutely thrilled, excited, and words can't describe, after 3 years of effort, how magnificent and wonderful this feels. Thank you very much.